Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Brittany Jennings, and I'm with the Seniors Blue Book. This morning, we are live with Julie Wolf from Tye Medical. Good morning, Julie.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. I'm excited to have you, and we're going to get into Tye Medical and incontinent products, but I really want to focus on you for a moment. Tell us a little bit, if we walked into a room and nobody knew who you were and how you got into what you do, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, great. Yes. Well, originally I'm from Michigan, but I've lived in Florida about 20 years. My history and my background has always been sales. I've been in sales since I can remember. And it started with health and wellness sales. I'm actually very involved in health and wellness with regard to, I am a Pilates instructor. So it just sort of snowballed from there. I worked in consultative sales for a company called Hair Club. And then I went to Ideal Image. And so that sort of launched my medical sales rep position. Prior to that, I had about 15 years in advertising sales. So I've done everything between TV, magazine, radio. And then my history beyond that, I know I'm getting old, was retail, merchandising, and design. So pretty well versed, but I've always been in somewhat of a sales, people-oriented field and trying to help others. And the emotional part of this really is kind of what has segued into what I do now, because I have that history.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And you mentioned you're a Pilates instructor. So are you still doing, like, right now, kind of during all these changing times, like, are you doing classes still? Are you doing them virtual?
Great question. Yeah, we were shut down the first week of March, obviously the gym that I teach at. And so we were not doing anything. And so on Saturdays, I would grab a few of the girls because a lot of my people are seasonal. So I only had a few people left. So on Saturdays, we were meeting in the park until it got to be too hot. And then I started doing it on my back porch because I only had a few left and we could socially distance at 6 feet. So it was just the three of us. And we did that for about a month. And then, of course, it became still too hot. So we took about 3 or 4 weeks off. And then the gym just opened the end of June. So just started back up about 3 weeks ago.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to make the connection between Pilates and incontinence supplies, and I think that they probably go together somehow.
Yeah. Somehow.
Tell us about Tye Medical and just kind of the company itself, and then we'll kind of get into some of the different products that you can talk about and show us.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Tye Medical is actually a subsidiary of LiveDo, and LiveDo USA is a subsidiary of LiveDo Japan. So we started about 50 years ago in Japan with about 4 plants manufacturing incontinent products. We are the leaders in the industry in Europe and Asia markets. We have a very vast selection of different types of products, and we do make that for a lot of people. My position here at Tye Medical in Southwest Florida turned into a sales position almost about 2.5 years ago. It started. I've been with the company exactly 2 years, and what we started in our North Carolina Wilson branch was the opportunity to make the products there. So we manufacture there, and then they send things all over. We really target, my personal goal is to target anyone and everyone who needs an incontinent product that's superior. People can go online and buy, but we really specialize in a medium to high incontinent program. And we actually created the 2-piece system in Japan, which eliminates waste. It leaves the caregivers who are taking care of these loved ones a lot more time to do other things, because as you know, with an inferior product, you're really kind of spiraling around, just constantly changing. Whereas ours have all the different factors and features with absorbency levels reaching 1, 2, and 3, regular, overnight, and an ultimate product. We have a leg barrier cuff. We have an odor control. So there's a lot of different things with our product that people really find is a benefit when they purchase us. We are not the most expensive product out there. As a matter of fact, you can get an inferior product for more money. But my goal is to really just educate everybody on how to use the product the proper way and, you know, talk to assisted living facilities. Memory care is a really big one for me because of Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, and of course, diabetes and some of the other medical concerns that are affected with regard to incontinence. You know, sometimes, you know, prescriptions add to that, Lasix, things like that. So I just have a real goal to put this product in front of everybody, because once people try it, they love it. You know, I mean, they just love it. So
it's such a dignity. It's a point of dignity, because with people wanting to remain as independent for as long as possible, you know, it's such a big thing for people. Talk a little bit about, I know you have maybe some show and tell of some different products. How many, just to give people an idea, like how many different products would you say that you guys do offer for people? And I know there's specifically, like you said, you're educating people on what's best for them and what's going to work best, but about how many products do you have?
Well, we have several different products, because as far as SKUs, because of the size range, and which is one thing that I can say is we just launched last week, end of June, I should say, triple XL in a pull-up underwear. Nobody has that. So we're making that. We're also making it for another vendor. We can't say who, but nobody has the sizes. We have extra smalls and pull-ups. I'd say anywhere between 20 and 26 is what we really focus on as far as products. I have pads that, like this particular pad right here is a somewhat of a small pad, but this pad holds one full bottle of water. And when I pour it on there, I lift this up when I do a demonstration, it does not drip.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing. It does not show through the other side. And then I go right up to, you know, this pad holds 3 bottles of water. But our incontinent care line that we mostly sell is the pull up. It's really considered an underwear, but it has the leg barrier cuff, which is really nice. It's really reinforced in all areas, high in the front, high in the back, so that it is non-gender specific, but it's very comfortable. It's very soft, it's cotton, and it allows the skin to breathe. So we eliminate a lot of the chafing and the irritation that goes along with incontinence. And people really seem to like our product once they try it. Like I said, those come in 3 absorbencies.
On the next video, we'll have you go outside somewhere or in your kitchen and we'll do the 3-bottle test. Because that's a lot of water. Do people realize, like, I mean, 3 bottles of water in one product?
Yeah, they're shocked when I do that.
That's amazing.
Lift it up and they go, oh my God, and then it dries, like next to the skin, within like 5 minutes, it's dry. So if this happens in the middle of the night and they're still sitting in that, you know, pad, some people have the toileting every 2 hours, even through the night, which it's great, but you know, there goes quality of sleep, that's for sure. So it's a trade-off. Right. So at least this isn't rubbing constantly on someone if it's placed properly. And of course, fit is a key element to any kind of product that you're putting on or wearing. It has to fit right.
And if people are watching with, let's say individually, there's people watching or there's professionals watching and they're working at a community, how do they kind of get in touch with you, and what's the process to be able to look at the products and talk to you about them?
Well, right now, you know, great question. I'm not getting out quite as much. Obviously, I can't go to the assisted living facilities, but I am still doing some work with the DMEs and some of the pharmacies that are open. I'm doing a lot more phone work, obviously emails, following up, but I go basically anywhere in Southwest Florida. So north of Tampa to Naples, Florida. I'm using obviously US Post Office right now and UPS to be sending out samples, because you know, I can't drop things off like I was. So I'm sending out more product. Anybody who wants to try it, I can give them, you know, 4 or 5 pieces. Try this. I typically like to talk to the director of nursing at these facilities, clinical director, wellness director, whatever they're called. Every place is different. And if they have the ability to do that within their you know, location, typically corporate mandates what they can use. That's why I say that. But if they have the ability to choose what they want to use, once they've looked at my product and tried it, they're sold. It's a phenomenal product. And for the price, it's wonderful.
And you come with it. They have,
and I can with it. I mean, I can drop it off, or I can actually not drop it off so much right now, but I can certainly send out a sample. Anybody who can call me. And of course, they can reach me by cell phone, email, and we can go over all those details.
Perfect. And I'll make sure on this post we put all your information, your contact information for people to reach out. And again, I highly encourage you to do that. I think right now, people are pivoting and they're changing all sorts of things.
Right.
So just keep an open mind and definitely reach out to Julie regarding incontinence supplies. Julie, do you have any, I guess, last words of wisdom before we kind of close out this live video for anybody that's
Sure.
watching right now?
Yeah, thank you. First of all, thank you so much for inviting me, but I do want to just tap into the consumer aspect of this. We can get products from our customer service is always there to help during the week. Of course, our offices are closed on the weekend, but you can go to TyeMedical.com and you can get a free sample for just a small price for shipping to try the product. Once people have tried our product, as I've mentioned, they're sold, they love it, it feels good, it fits good, they're not running around. It's really a nice breeze. So for the consumer, I do help when I can, but that's not my main focus. My main focus is really facilities, institutions, and that type of thing as far as ordering. We do have logistics set up here in Tampa, Florida. So we have a delivery person who's spot on, wonderful, and things are generally run very smoothly. A lot of people say, how long does it take? 2 to 4 days is usually the answer. Minimum orders, if you're a consumer, you can buy 1 case. Minimum orders within my range is usually between 3 and 4 cases for facilities, just to allow them to have the price that I offer, which I can email anybody all of that information who wants to touch base with me. So yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your knowledge. And this is something, again, that is huge with people's independence and dignity and sleep. Let's not forget, like you mentioned, being able to get that right sleep at night, because if we don't, I know if I get less than 8 hours, I am so grouchy.
Yeah. I feel kind of nauseated when I don't sleep right. So yeah, quality of life is really important. It all goes hand in hand. So, the comfort and everything else, but yeah. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, you're welcome. And I'll put all of Julie's contact information, of course, again on this post, and reach out to her for more information. Julie, I hope you have a great day, and I hope everybody who's watching also has a fantastic Tuesday.
Thank you so much. God bless everybody. Stay safe. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.